It is time for review number 5 for the day. This time, the Himiway Step Thru right there. We got a nice white Himiway bike. This is our most expensive model of the day. It's still a very reasonable $16.99. So here we are. Thank you so much. So many people have been jumping on and off all day. Thanks again to those new members who joined today during the last few live streams. Victor is the most recent one. Dawn, thank you. I think you were the one that was on the last live stream that bought a Crusader and just added a protection plan to it. Awesome. We appreciate it. You're beat watching me do reviews, and I'm beat doing reviews, and that's okay. We got to make this happen. Bradley, back for more. Awesome. Terry says good afternoon. And look at you guys chatting in here, making conversation. Bradley, are your relatives from Berkeley? Who knows? I don't know. Annie says, welcome back. Hog Duck says up $200 since March of 2021. That is true. When I reviewed the original Himiway bike, the price was lower. I think it might have even been $13.99 when I did the original view, which means it's $300 more than that, if I'm remembering that. But it's at $16.99. Bradley says not even close. That's funny. So $16.99 bike. I'm sure all of you are familiar with Himiway to some degree. You've probably been bugged by their ads. Maybe you even looked at it. It seems like it is mostly a competitor to Rad Power. Very similar specifications in a lot of ways. They kind of undercut them on price initially. Then obviously had to cut them up, kind of the same thing. Let's see. I got my. Oh, so Hog Doc has one. He said he got his for $14.49 in March. So yeah, they are $16.99 now. So the prices definitely have gone up. Now I haven't talked about this at all today. I have in other videos and live reviews. Do you guys know how much it costs to ship a 40-foot container of bikes these days? It's no surprise that shipping has gone up. I got a quote earlier this week for a 20-foot container. That's the little one. The 20-foot container for I think it was $16,000. A year ago, a 40-foot high cube container that we can fit the most bikes in was less than $5,000. Now they're going above $20,000. So yeah, Hog Dog guesses 20,000. Yeah, I mean, I've seen some people say they think they're going to go over 30. I hope that's not the case, because that's going to raise the cost of every e-bike everywhere. But it could happen. Yesterday, I heard that there were a record number of 60 container ships waiting at the LA port, which is where our Lancer bikes are right now. I'm just looking at airplanes over here. All right, so yeah, so price has gone up on the Himiway. Not a surprise. Prices on most e-bikes have gone up or will go up. I won't share the gory details, but I have heard some really interesting things last few days about some of the lower end e-bikes and issues between manufacturers and vendors and distributors, because you know, if you have a container price that goes up by hundreds of dollars per bike, when you look at it that way, because you can only fit so many bikes in a container, you know, if you got a bike that you only make a few $100 on some of those cheaper ends, that can be disastrous real quick. Yeah, people are basically saying they could go for more. Hog Dog says you could air freight for less. I've seen a few examples where people have managed to send bikes over by air. It's crazy to think that air freight is starting to be competitive with container prices. Who would have thought? Now, on the plus side, if we could find some of those good deals, we could get bikes here quicker. Of course, on the downside, you know, if freight goes up in one area, it's going to go up in another. It just kind of goes all around. So really interesting situation. Makes sense why the Himiway has gone up in price, but I still think it's a good value at this price. Now, I haven't ridden the Step Thru version yet, so I will do that in a moment, give my thoughts on it. You may notice, if you've been here all afternoon, that a few of the bikes that were out here earlier, there's nothing over there, are gone. And a few bikes that were over here, they're all gone. There's nothing here except for it's just me and the Himiway at this point. We sold everything. Sorry, if there was bikes in stock, they're all gone. I'm just kidding. All those bikes just got moved into the back. Guys, put them away for the day. So before I get into this review, one more thing I'm going to share. Tomorrow, this is a really unusual thing. It's only going to help if you're local. Well, I take that back. It's not only going to help if you're local. It'll help a lot if you're local. If you're not, it might still help a little bit. Tomorrow is a Saturday, and Bolton e-bikes is closed on Saturdays. Typically, we're here Monday through Friday during the day. Those are the regular hours we keep. Tomorrow, I'm going to make an exception, and I'm going to be here with one of the other guys. We're going to pull the bikes out. If you're local, come by. We're going to be doing test rides all day long. No appointment needed. Just show up. We've got a bunch of bikes for you to ride, and we have a selection of bikes that you could even take home. So if you're watching this video, you're close by, you're interested, you can't get here Monday through Friday, we will be here tomorrow. That's kind of a special thing. Come by, test ride some bikes. All right. Yeah, and any purchase rather on Bolton e-bikes eligible for the giveaway we have going on this week. This ends tomorrow at midnight. We're giving away 5 of the bikes that we're reviewing this week. We're going to pick the 5 bikes, confirm which ones, pick the winners basically early next week. So we're going to give everybody a chance to make a purchase until Saturday night. And then 5 somebodies are going to win electric bikes for free. So that's awesome. Few coupon codes if you are buying a bike. This is for a bike specifically. Free lock, got to share these again. If you use this code, if you buy 2 bikes and you want $100 off, you can do that one. If you want $50 off a GPS tracker, use the code GPS. If you want free apparel, free t-shirt, something else, use the code apparel, or use the code JACKS for a free set of handlebar jacks with any e-bike purchase. You can't combine all the offers. You got to pick one, but those are codes that are good for today and tomorrow. Again, if you just purchase anything, you're going to be entered to win. These are codes that are good if you are buying a bike, which I see people are taking advantage of that. Thank you. That is awesome. And the other thing I need to mention on top of those coupons is the protection plan we offer, basically an upgraded warranty service. That's 50% off today and tomorrow. We never do that, but it is today and tomorrow. Jessica, it looks like, is commenting. She says, feel like calling in? Our team is here to help. That's true. There is a number along the bottom right here. It's scrolling. I got to think about this. Scrolling this way. Wait, can I get my finger over the number? There we go. 5 there, right? That number right there. You can call it and people will answer the phone, help you with any questions you have. All right. So let's get back to it. The review. Bill says, I just bought a tracker, jack, and a whole bunch of other junk. Yes, we like it when people buy junk from Bolton e-bikes. You know why? Because it's not junk. It's good stuff. All right, here's the Himiway. If anybody has questions about a Himiway, you're not familiar, ask away. That's what the chat's for. If you're not a member of the channel, just click that join button. You can chat, you can ask questions, and join in on the fun. $16.99 is the new price. We've gone over that. What do you get for $16.99? That's $100 more than the last bike I reviewed today. What do you get for your extra $100? Well, the answer is, I'm going to say, mostly battery. So the Himiway, we start going up in battery capacity. This is now a 48 volt, 17.5 amp hour battery. Most of the bikes that are in this price range are closer to about 14 amp hours. So bigger than usual. Now the Crusader and Avenger bikes, the little folding bikes I've got in stock, have a 17.5 amp hour battery. So they're right in the same ballpark as far as range as well. And I did that on purpose because everybody wants a bigger battery if given the choice. And obviously Himiway realized that as well. So that's one of the things that they've got over A lot of the competition is a bigger battery. Now, when it comes to power, it's a 750 watt motor. The bike comes just like you see it, comes with the fenders, front and rear. It comes with the rack, which is kind of a unique rack. I guess I got to scoot the bike closer if I want some close-up camera shots of things. I say it's unique because it's got like this cool wood piece on the top. I like it. I like anything that's different. 750 watt motor right there we talked about. Fenders, if anybody wants to ask, they are plastic. They're using the Kenda tires that have the reflective white strip around the edge. 7-speed Shimano drivetrain. Everything I've reviewed today has the same basic 7-speed Shimano drivetrain. Very, very common. Controller is mounted under the down tube right here. There's that nice big battery. Suspension fork with a lockout. Seems like more and more forks these days are getting not just the locked or not, but the clicking. Hear that? You got steps in between, so you can have it fully locked, you can have it unlocked, or you can kind of have some different firm settings in between. Half twist throttle on the right-hand side of the Himiway bikes. The screen is black and white. So the last bike reviewed had a color display. Functionality, no difference between the two, realistically. They do the same basic things. None of them have anything too extraordinary. Bike's got a pretty big headlight, which we should see how bright that is. This is the headlight button on this one. Do we hold it down or just press it? I can't see what I'm doing over here. All right, let's push the button. All right, it's not a quick, yes, it is a quick press. All right, there's the headlight. I'm collecting clear plastic things all day today. Put that in my pocket. All right, it's reasonably bright. It's very directional. So probably good for seeing things right in front of you. And if they're not right in front of you, the flood, I don't know how well that actually works. But it is good size. Probably works really well to be seen. Seeing what's in front of you, probably just so-so. Let's see, what else do we got on the Himiway? What can we talk about that is different? Yeah, that's about all it's got. It's got a taillight. See it right here. Right there, there's taillight. You know what? You guys are familiar with this bike. What you don't know, and actually I don't know any more than you do. Well, maybe I know more, is that the Himiway brand is working on new things. And they wanted me to share this information with you, which is a bit vague, but I think they just want to get everybody hyped up that they're working on new stuff, which is awesome. So we have this bike right here that you've probably seen before, but did you know they're working on a Cruiser Plus? What does the Plus do? I don't know. Maybe, here's my guess, because Himiway seems to want to compete with Rad Power. That's the way I view their company. Rad Power now has like the Rad Runner Plus, and basically they added a nicer display and, you know, hydraulic brakes, little things. Hydraulic brakes probably being the biggest one. So my guess is the Cruiser Plus and the Step Thru Plus, so that's the upgraded version of this, is what I would assume. Probably going to have hydraulic brakes and maybe a couple of other little upgrades. They also have something they're calling a multi-function e-bike. I don't know, like is that like a Swiss Army knife of e-bikes? Maybe by multi-function, I'm guessing maybe more like a cargo bike or something similar to a cargo bike. I don't know. I don't know what they mean by that. And then they say they have a soft-tailed e-bike, which that would be another way to say full suspension. So Himiway's got 4 new bikes in the works. I haven't seen them. I don't know what they're going to look like. Hopefully when those come out, they're going to send one of those my way so I can check it out. The very first Himiway I did a review on, I bought, so I could check it out myself. The second bike they sent me, this third one, Step Thru model, they were kind enough to send me. So hopefully we can keep this review process going. they'll send more bikes to Bolton Ebikes in the future so we can check them out. So just a heads up, keep an eye on Himiway. They got 4 new bikes coming sometime soon. All right, we got more questions in here, it looks like. Let's see. We got questions about rain. Yeah, most e-bikes are about the same. None of them are like waterproof. I wouldn't ride it through like a stream, but riding through some rain ain't gonna hurt it. I usually wouldn't recommend leaving it out in the rain forever. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I'm just reading through. Let's see. Questions about jacks. I don't know about a jack for a trike. That's a good question. Yes, plastic fenders. Hey, I caught that, didn't I? Before I even saw that. Let's see. Crusader. That's Jessica talking up the Crusaders. Thank you. Oh, you know what? Ubco, yeah, that one actually is more waterproof than the rest. That one actually has waterproof ratings. It sounds crazy, but I've always wanted to ride the Ubco through like a car wash because you could. Might be a little bit wet, so I don't know. So yeah, okay. So lots of just general questions here. It looks like Jessica's jumping into the chat right now. Awesome. So getting back down to things, Hogduck says Aventon has terrible customer support. I don't know. We're not reviewing an Aventon right now. Bill says my Hemiway has hydraulic brakes. Maybe that's something he added, which certainly you could do. Let's see. I asked about the aftermarket adapter. Oh, here we go. This is a great question. One that we get all the time. And the question is, does the Rad Power Upgrade fit the Hemiway bikes? The answer is no, it doesn't. However, does that mean we are working on an upgrade that does fit? Yes. I have no lead time. I have no information other than to say that the Rad Power Upgrade kit is extremely popular, and I think it could do equally as well for the Hemiway bikes by upgrading their power and speed. So it is something that is being worked on. I don't have any prototypes or anything yet, but hopefully it is something that we see in the future. So that could happen. The Rad Power kit won't fit, but there might be something in the future. Oh, okay. Bill says he bought them from Bolton. I assume you're referring to the hydraulic brakes, probably the Tech hydraulic calipers. Great option if you're trying to convert a bike like this, which is good for power, it's good for range, but it has mechanical brakes and you want better stopping power. We do have those hydraulic calipers that work great on a model like this. Tech hydraulic calipers. Buy them at boltonebikes.com. $149. All right, that was a great infomercial. Let's get back to the review. We'll put links again in the description for the Hemiway bikes if you guys want to go check these out. I don't know that I have a special coupon code or anything for those at the moment, but you know, you guys know the bike, I think. So let's go ahead and ride the bike. Looks like Fox50 wants to know if I'm picking up the Aventon bikes. I've considered it. Right now, I know Aventon's really backed up. I've heard some of their models, unfortunately, have a little battery issue. I understand, you know, we have a little battery recall going on with the Bikonet bikes, which is being fixed on all of those right now. Thankfully, there's a fix for that. But anyway, short version is there are some models I do like from Aventon. Been so many things going on, and we haven't worked on that further, but it is something I have considered. All right, well, let's ride the bike. It's a step through. Now, ideally, a step through you would get because it's super easy to get on and off. that's one thing about the Himiway. It's kind of a similar design to the Saber model that we sell, honestly. Where, yeah, it's a step through, but it's not as low as some other step through models. So there's still kind of a taller height range I would probably recommend for a bike like this. You know, if you're 5 foot, this is still a big bike. You might be able to stand over it, but it's a big bike. It's going to feel big. You probably want something a little smaller. Something like that Troxus bike I looked at, you know, is pretty cool for the shorter height range. And of course, Himiway has their other shorter model that they sell. I think what I should do is just hop on the bike and make sure that the power on the Himiways now is still the same as what it was. Because from what I remember, the Himiway from the first review I did had plenty of get up and go and felt like a really decent 750 watt power setup. So I'm just going to give it all it's got right now. Just go pedal assist 5, full throttle. Just going to crank all the power up and go for it. In 3, 2, Nala, you were right in front of my tire. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, I can't go too fast when you're chasing me. All right, so pedal assist 5. Yeah, takes off nice and quick. It's fast enough. Fast enough for the dog, apparently. Don't run out in the road. You're not my dog. I'm turning that way. All right, I'm outrunning you. I feel like I can't pedal, like something's in my way or stuck or needs to be adjusted. Oh, that's it. My motor cable needs to be adjusted just a hair. It's just catching on stuff right there. Okay, I think that's better. There we go. Problem solved. Just had to scoot a little zip tie over. All right, so Himiway Cruiser, step through. Not an adjustable stem, but it does have handlebars that have a really good rise to it. I'm not riding right now. Handlebars have a good rise, so nice, comfy, upright position. You know, good bike. Quit barking at me. We're live. No, she wasn't helping. I don't know why she's barking at me. Oh, she's probably right about that. You're right. It is. That's exactly what it is. Because I started riding around and then I stopped and she wants to keep going. She's whining at me because I'm not riding around. You silly dog. All right. So I don't know what else to say about the bike. Like I said, you guys have seen it before. You've probably seen all the ads. Mechanical brakes, good power, bigger than average battery for the price. What's the service like? I'm going to leave that up to you to do your own research and see, you know, what the responses have been for customers. I think there's enough of these bikes out there. That's probably information you can find. My communication's always been good, but I feel like that's probably a little biased because, of course, they want to communicate well with somebody reviewing their bikes. So, like I said, good power. Whether it's throttle or pedal assists. One of the things that, you know, I haven't messed with too much, but I know it's on these bikes, is that you can program the pedal assist a bit more. So if you get into the settings, you can actually program like, you know, level 1 at this amount, level 2 at this amount. So there is a little more, I guess you could say, to this display than meets the eye. A little more adjustment on the back end, which is nice. But yeah, that is the Himiway Cruiser. I'm excited to see what these 4 new bikes are. I would have to say, anticipation-wise, Probably what I'm most excited about would be the full suspension bike. Curious to see what they come up with, because they're trying to do decently powerful competitive bikes. Full suspension, usually you want to go with a mid-drive. They don't have any mid-drives yet. So is that what they're going to do? Are they going to go with a full suspension with a hub motor? Your guess is as good as mine on that point. We're going to find out. All right. Wow, look at the chat going like crazy as I've been out there being barked at. All right. Let's see. Yes, so I will be working on an upgrade kit for the Himiways. That's the plan. Whether or not it's going to work, how well it's going to work, though, that all remains to be seen. And let's see. Headlight. Oh yeah, the headlight was still on. I turned it off now. Thank you. Love the dog. Good. I'm glad you guys like the dog. I'm glad that the dog has more bark than bite, and she just barks and doesn't bite me when I'm trying to ride around. Because, but yeah, she really loves to ride alongside e-bikes. She's just crazy dog. People talking about flat out and flats, all good stuff. There's a good question. Do we stock flat out? That's a great question, because we did a video about flat tires and preventing it. Is it in stock on our website? No, not yet. We may add it as an option of some sort. But if you come in, we do have bottles of flat out on the shelf available to buy. So we have it here, and we have bottles of it available. Unfortunately, shipping it is not very cost effective, so it's not something on our website. But if you come into the store, we've got it. Well, you know, looks like we're about out of time. Thanks again for everybody that's joined me for 5 reviews all in one day. Again, there's one of those reviews we're going to have to reschedule because I started it and the bike wouldn't turn on, which I think we may have resolved. Let's see. Joseph, is the greater torque with a 20-inch wheel and a true 7... I did address this in an earlier review today. If you put a real 750-watt motor that's normally in a bigger bike in a 20-inch wheel, it will pull wheelies. It's almost uncontrollable, which is why I've never sold a bike with that specific configuration. So yeah, it's noticeable, all right. It'll throw you off the back constantly. So it's actually hard to make a bike with a big 750-watt motor like that. Sergio, when is the Magicycles review? I don't know yet. It looks like at this point, I think I still got like 4 bikes I need to review already here. So the Magicycle is one of those. I want to do that one pretty soon because we're getting a lot of questions about that. I do feel like it's very similar in some ways to the Himiway. Maybe we'll do it as a follow-up to this and kind of see how they compare a little bit side by side, because they seem very similar in a lot of ways. So that will be coming up soon. We haven't scheduled out the reviews officially, but definitely got more reviews coming. There'll at least be one a week over the next several weeks. So awesome. I don't think we have a battery upgrade plan for the Himiway. That's just a controller display upgrade. We do have a new dual battery parallel connector that's just a generic one about to be released. They're on the way to us now. It's a new improved version, so watch out for that. Great, Hog Doc. I see you want to beta test the Himiway upgrade. Hey, if I get one, I'll let you know. But even I don't have one at this point, so got a little bit longer to wait on that. Give us some more time to get that moving. Well, thanks again, once again, for joining on the review of the Himiway Step Through Cruiser. Don't forget, if you haven't already, you got today and tomorrow to buy something from BoltonEbikes.com to be entered to win one of 5 review bikes. We're going to give 5 of them away, and all you got to do is buy something. Purchase not required. You can go to the website, enter anyway, but I appreciate it if you buy something. And we have, again, these coupon codes if you're buying a bike that will save you money, get you a free lock, discount off 2 bikes, discount on a GPS, discount on t-shirt or something. Discount on the handlebar jacks, not to be combined. Okay. And like I said, if you're local, swing by tomorrow, Saturday, from, I'm going to say about 9 to 5. We're going to be here during the day trying to do test rides all day long. So come by, try some bikes out, take one home. Check out our new section on the website about in-store bikes. Those are bikes that I physically have here that you could buy and take home. We'll try and keep that up to date. Again, new bikes, Crusaders, Avengers are now in stock. Lancers are going to be in stock very, very soon. I appreciate all your comments, and I'll see you guys on another video.